The state opposition is demanding the presumption of bail for some domestic violence suspects be reversed after this week's murder-suicide on the Gold Coast. The government has ordered a review into tightening bail laws, but says it won't be making any amendments until all avenues are investigated. Josh Bavis has more.
The grief felt by Bonnie Mobbs is still fresh. In early November, her daughter Chelsea Schilling was killed in a murder-suicide at the hands of partner Bronson Ellery.
My daughter was a beautiful girl. She was loving, she was caring. And we don't need another person to live like the life that I have to live.
A domestic violence order had been in place months before she was killed.
We don't need this anymore, and it needs to stop. There needs to be no more bail. No more, they stay there.
The idea is being pushed by the Women's Legal Service in the light of this week's murder-suicide of Teresa Bradford at the hands of her husband David.
We're asking for an urgent review for there to be a reversal of the onus of proof in bail applications for serious domestic violence when there are red flags to lethality.
The Attorney-General is consulting with other states to see what's been working around the country.
If we can fix up processes across government, in the legal system, we will look at those issues very closely.
But reversing the onus of proof for bail onto the suspect instead of leaving it to police to prove why they shouldn't be granted bail is a big legal shift. It's the same measure that was written into a specific law in preparation for violent protesters during the G20 summit in Brisbane.
It will mean that a number of people who will later be found innocent, or in respect of whom the charge will be dropped, will spend many months in jail, and that is not our legal system.
But the opposition says it will introduce a private member's bill to push for change if the government doesn't act.
Enough is enough. We need to make sure that we're not pussyfooting around anymore, and we need to lock these bastards away.
More than a dozen people were murdered in domestic homicides last year alone. Josh Bavis, ABC News, Brisbane.
If you're in an abusive situation or know someone who is, you can call 1-800-RESPECT. That's 1-800-737-732. If it's an emergency, call 000.